Hello, this is the third Reflect and Connect. Um, this chapter, for the most part, it talked about a lot of bowing practices and like beginning bowing pedagogy. And it gave a bunch of like techniques to go over, and also just like the different instruments, how to properly like teach the student how to hold the bow, specifically like what each finger does. So I have a viola or violin bow. What it says is just like hold the pointer finger on top of the bow stick near the second knuckle. So like kind of here, so it kind of has to be angled a little bit. The second and third finger wrap around, and the pinky's curved, and the thumb, don't know, it's no good angle. The thumb has to like wrap around and stay bent. So it kind of should look like that a little bit and keep it loose, and every finger can do this. Some of the techniques I talked about were like thumb rolls. You roll your thumb onto it, making sure like you don't ever tense up or have your thumb go like that. For the cello and bass bows, it was more like it was like the overhang. Same thing with the finger though, it has to stay here, but the pinky is more over, so you're more easily able to have it bowing with the proper instrument. Talked about the French bow, which is like the overhand, um, and then the German bow. I can't do it too well, but it's more like the underhand bowing pattern. Like I said before, I gave like examples of teaching proper like bowing things. So like I said before, like the thumb rolls, you can bow with a pencil. To have that like looseness in it, you can do it with like straw too. Bowing at the balance point was talked about more towards like the beginning, to kind of get a hold of like how to properly hold the bow, how to go through the motion, and that sort of stuff. It also talked about détaché bowing, which is like smoother bowing. Well, smoother. You still like have to like pinch to make a sound, whether going on a down bow or an up bow. And then also talked about staccato and hook bowings later in the chapter, which is basically just a more exaggerated version of the détaché, where instead of going, you just like kind of stop faster, and the hooked is, as we all know, two at once. Gave the points for détaché bowings. Basically just having everything relaxed. One of the things was like lift, set, settle, and lift, settle, pull. So like lift it up, set on the string, settle down, and lift, set on the string, kind of settle, and then pull to make the sound. For the détaché, for the staccato bows, the chapter was giving some techniques like pinched bows, which is like the pinching of the string like multiple times, hook and pull, all that sort of stuff. More towards the end, it talked about like oral skills, and how it's essential for a string classroom, like how it should be very like important in teaching them how to play, because it could help them, correct wrong notes if they ever hear it, be able to listen actively, and just develop proper like ear training to help them, if that makes sense. And like it gave some ways to do it, like sliding pitches on the string, like going up and down, rolling pitches. Something that we do in class is echoes with notes, so it kind of like enforces the idea of having these notes while not also having it be like sliding into a note, where it could be any note in the 4-note sequence, and like echo it, and it helps with like pitch recognition and pitch discrimination. It also gave a little blurb about like teaching how to tune. It's like just make sure that they're good students and like know what they're doing to be able to teach them how to tune. Some of the things that I thought were very good that kind of relate to me as a learner was I didn't get a lot of bow instruction. It was more just like producing a tone. So I had a messed up bow hold for a while. And then coming here, like I was being taught some of this pedagogy about how to properly hold a bow. Because what I did was I held my bow like very much up here. So like the balance point bowing, but like up here. I never really got the drape over part until much later on. And my pinky was always so far out when it said I had to like bring it in a little bit. And I hope to hopefully teach that to my future students and not have them make the same mistake that I did. Yeah, I think that was it for the chapter. So have a good day.